What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Wednesday Wisdom, or Wisdom Wednesday, whatever you want to call it. All right, in this episode, these are the next 5 questions you should ask before buying a home. And as we do every week, we like to have some fun, but let's get right into it. I know you guys got things to do. Question number 11. Another thought is, how long do you think you might be living in your new home? I just asked a client today, yesterday, how long she planned on living in her home. That's something you may want to think about when you decide where you want to live or what house you want to buy. Is this something you're going to be in forever, or is it going to be temporary? Do you plan on moving to another part of the country? Whatever the case may be, how long you plan on living in a property will definitely help you considering the options you may have. Make sure you think about that, guys. All right, question number 12. Unless you find the perfect home right away, chances are good you'll start to get the details confused as you visit different homes in different communities. So I want you to be a little anal here. Use your camera, your cell phone to take pictures so you remember different aspects about the house. Label things on your phone. You can label things in your note if you have an iPhone. Use iPhone, people. A little biased towards Apple. But anyway, if you have a Samsung, you're okay. You might want to bring a notepad. Whatever. Anyway, I'm teasing. There's no doubt that after you visit a few homes, you're going to try to recall and detail things and you're probably going to forget. This is where keeping your home shopping organized. I've seen some people go out with folders and they're very organized. They got little tabs, each section of the house. These are just some things you need to think about so you don't forget when you decide on what home you want to make a move on. Do your homework in advance, because nowadays the way the market's moving, the home you sleep on, somebody's going to put an offer on. So we're hearing that all the time. You got to jump on stuff quick. But do some of this, homework before. Question 13. People always ask me, how many homes do they need to view before deciding? And the truth is, this could be anything from your first one to a whole lot of properties. Again, knowing some of the stuff I said in the previous videos will help narrow down your decision making. You kind of have to know what you want, so when you walk in, especially in the market like we're in now, you can say, hey, this is what I want, and I'm grabbing it. There's not a lot of times to sit and think about things. The house you want is going to be gone in a few days if you don't jump on it. And the most important tip I can give you is to take the time that you need. This is a huge decision. Don't rush and just buy something off a whim, and now you're stuck in that mortgage for a while. All right, question number 14. Now comes the exciting part. You found a home, you're ready to make it your own. So let's talk about some of the important inspections that are optional and some are mandatory. It just depends on the type of loan, what you and the sellers agree to. But I always recommend that you get a home inspection, even though it's optional. And then we'll talk about this a little bit next, because it's important to know what you're buying, basically. It's like when you get a car, you test drive it, okay? So make sure you want to know what's wrong with it. If you inspect this home and you decide to proceed, the lender will order the appraisal and as a part of your loan process. Now, you can waive the appraisal in some occasions, but I don't recommend that. The main reason for the appraisal is to determine the real value of the property. Appraisals do this by looking at other homes that are similar to your area, homes that have just sold, and then the appraiser can determine a good value for you, so you know what you're buying. Of course, those always get a value of at least what the contract sales price is. If you choose to pay more than what the lender is going to give you, that's your option as well. A private home inspector, which is the last question I'm going to go over, is someone who's going to cover safety, structure, construction, mechanical repairs, things that may be needed to make sure that this home is sound. The cost can vary, so you got to check with your realtors. They usually have some good business partners that they prefer to work with. I know a few that I think are pretty good. But, again, your realtor is going to be your best source there to figure out someone who's reputable, someone who can give you real value, someone who has a track record of really pointing out issues or just saying, hey, this is a great home. All right, before you sign a real estate contract to purchase your new home, make sure that you have the right to a home inspection. You want to make sure you're purchasing the house of your dreams and not the house of your nightmare. How many of you guys have seen that movie, The Money Pit? That's about a house that just every week something was going wrong. Some of you live in homes like that. If you're renting a home, you know that home ownership, there's a lot that goes into it, and you have to fix it once you're the owner. When you're renting, you can call the landlord and go, hey, my sink is broke. Can you fix it? But when you own the home, you have to take care of that. So a home inspection is super important, and the more you can get ahead of that, the more you can know kind of what you're going to be expecting and what's realistic in this new home. Some of you are fixer-uppers and you love that kind of a challenge. Everybody's different. All right, so those are the next 5 questions. Next week, we'll do the last 5. Hope you guys have been enjoying this series. At least that's the feedback I'm getting. If you ever have any questions, you can always message me. You can follow my YouTube channel, just Clarence.Ferguson. And check out the show every week, Fit Over 40 Live and Coach's Corner. I talk about all these topics and a lot more. All right, guys, it's Wednesday. Some of you guys are going to be pinching each other and drinking green beer. Enjoy that shit, too. All right, later.